Hey guys, this is Kelspur back with more FE12, and when last I left, we were at the start of Prologue 4, so I'll just start that. And I restarted on classic mode because I screwed up and chose casual mode, so the stats that I got may be a little different, but it should make a difference. So this is Prologue 4, the boss is Athena, with some pretty good stats, and level 10 Myrmidon. And you get two new units to use here. The first is Shida, who in Shadow Dragon she barely ever got strength or defense, and in this game it's much better because she has 30% strength and 25% defense growths. Yeah, I believe that's right, and generally much better unit to use than in Shadow Dragon, I find. I don't think she's as good as some of the Pegasus Knights you get when just a bit later on, but she's definitely a good unit to use. And you need her to recruit 2 characters, I believe. It might be 3. I'm not sure. I forget, but it's something around that. So she does have her uses, and I can't remember it. Yeah, the wing spear. She also has the wing spear, although she doesn't start with it in the prologue. Anyway, I'll move everyone down here. And the other character you get here is Rise, who's also a returning character from Shadow Dragon. And, well, he basically does the same thing he did in Shadow Dragon. He heals for about 2-3 chapters. You get a healer in chapter 1 that's much better than him, so it's like that's the only thing he is good at. He's just a temporary healer. And there's the first crit of the game by my unit. What a surprise. So yeah, Rise, his best stat is resistance, which is not good, to put it. And Athena can double most of your units at this point. Not Shida, because she has 15 speed. What is her speed? 12. And she is actually... You can die on this chapter, which is kind of weird, because normal mode kind of starts out harder than it is when it goes on. It's got a weird difficulty curve like that. And I won't look to get this kill for the experience, so... But yeah, I'm not going to be using Rise, because you get a much better healer in about 3 chapters, when the actual game starts, basically. And there we go. So I'm going to try and get to Prologue, the start of Prologue 7 by the end of this video. Shouldn't be too hard. Ugh. Luke, disappoint. I am disappointed. That's actually one of Luke's bad level ups, which, compared to Shadow Dragon, that's not bad. Which is, yeah, basically everyone from Shadow Dragon has got much better growths, as they did before. Basically everyone in this game has much better growths, which makes... I think it just makes it easier to have consistent units, and you'll need them on Lunatic mode or Maniac mode. Anyway, here's Prologue 5, and you get Athena in this because you chose her route last chapter. And she's level 10 Myrmidon, and she's got really good base stats. Well, obviously she's level 10 Myrmidon, but she's got not bad base stats for a level 10, I think. Maybe a bit below average. But you get her so early on, that's basically her point. And she has pretty decent growth. It's 40% strength, I think. And decent growth. But the problem with her is that she leaves after the prologue and you get her pretty late on, so leveling her up after that might be a problem. But I have been requested to use her, so I will use her, and Katarina, and who else is it? Cecil, which I always use anyway, so it's not that big of a problem. So yeah, we're going to move slowly here, because yeah. HP, strength, skill, speed, defense. Wow. These prologue chapters actually make the first chapter like really unfair, because your my unit is about level, well, you should be about level 6 or so by the time you get there, and he almost one-shots everything. Well, he pretty much one-shots everything in that chapter, I think. It's been a while since I played this game, admittedly. So, as you can see, Merrick joined us, also a level 10 mage, and this guy is awesome. He's probably the best mage in the game, although there are other mages, well, specifically one, that are also very good. But yeah, I'm going to be using this guy. He has really good growths, apart from maybe defense, but that's to be expected. And like Athena, he leaves after the prologue, but you do get him earlier, so he is much easier to train up. So I will be using him, yeah, there's no doubt about that. But I'm not going to use him too much here, because he's already pretty good. Also, Luke automatically gets a spot in my team for that hair. It's amazing. So I'm gonna give Rise probably like, you probably only get like 1 level up during the prologue. He doesn't need to heal that much on normal. On other difficulties you've got to abuse the fuck out of him, which just annoys me because I'm never going to use him. Also, all the weapons from the characters that leave at the end of the prologue, they get put in the convoy. So you can basically get quite a lot of weapons from the start, unlike FE3 where you just started and had to buy all your shit. So I want to loot to get this level up again. And the dodge formula isn't that much better in this game, it's just because he's... Wait a sec. He actually does have... well, I guess. The dodge formula isn't that much better, but Swordmasters get a plus 10 avoid on promotion, I think, in this game, when they didn't in Shadow Dragon. So it is slightly better for Swordmasters, but I still prefer Mercenaries usually. I'll just let Athena get this kill actually. Like I said, it is really hard to use Athena normally when you get her back, because she starts... well, you get her basically under-leveled. She's like level... well, she is the level she is in the prologue at like chapter 13X, I think. I can never remember. And here are your villains that are being shown. The guy on the left is... his name is Roro. Weird name, but whatever. And the girl on the right, his name is Klein. And they've apparently been working with someone called Ain in a plot to kill Marth, which is lovely. Great. So at this bit you can choose an option to fight Drog, and then he joins the chapter after. which is the first option, and the second option is to fight Ogma, and he joins the chapter after. And honestly, I don't really care what I use for the prologue since they leave at the end anyway, so I'm going to pick Drogs anyway. And this is Prologue Part 6, so getting to the end, last map, hopefully. And here's Frey, and he's alive. Oh my god. So yeah, they've basically they've kind of retconned the story of him being the canonical sacrifice. I don't know why they did that, but maybe it was just because they were alive, because I believe you can resurrect them with the Staff, which kind of showed they weren't dead. And this is the first chapter you get to use the preparations window, so you can choose what characters you use. Drop Roddy and Shida. Yeah. And these are the conversations, which I'm not going to spend time on since you can't read them. And they'll be where you get your supports as well. And here's the swapping characters. I think you can trade at the beginning of this chapter as well, which will be very helpful, obviously. I don't understand why you can do it before, but whatever. And here's your other Cavalier, Cecil, who is more focused on speed and skill, like I said before. And she comes with basically an armory of steel weapons when she joins. She carries one weapon for your My unit that you can use, and if I'll get this right, she carries one steel sword for herself, and an additional steel sword, a steel lance, and a steel bow. I think I'm getting that right. Yeah. And she has pretty good growths, but the problem is that her defense is on the low side, so she isn't as durable as Roddy or Luke. See, the defense is already 7 to 5. But she's still a very good unit, and I will be using her, like I said. The problem is that both Luke and Cecil have a higher sword weapon rank, so I'm probably going to start having to use lances on both of them. Okay, Rise, do your thing. Heal for 13. And we can attack the archer. No, I'll leave him back actually. So as you can see, she does have low defense. But it will grow, I mean, she still has a 30% defense growth, so it's not like it's abysmal. But unfortunately, you don't see much use of her on anything above hard mode, because it's rather difficult for her to survive there, unfortunately. Which sucks. I hate when the game tries to force you into using certain characters. And there we can see Athena's first level up, and it was pretty good. She does have good growths, but it's just... I'm anticipating using her because I can remember her being very hard to train. Also better get some weapons off of Cecil. You do get the trading menu in the chapter after this, I think, but may as well. Nah. And here's Drog, the boss. He's actually quite annoying because I don't have Merrick, but he still should be pretty easy. 10, 20... With a My unit, he's much easier taking him down. Doga, Doga, Doga. I still don't understand why they changed it to Drog. Droga sounds so much better. Sigh. Okay, Rise, show me what you can do.